Welcome to my YouTube channel. Subscribe. So, I went from Waller, Texas to Michigan, Grand Rapids, and then I went to Michigan, Kentwood, and picked up a load. Then came down to the Waller drop yard in Lebanon, Tennessee, outside of Nashville. Now I take this load that I got, go 160 miles. Well, the load from Kentwood to Tennessee had a drop and hook in the Warner Yard for an empty. Now I take this empty, go pick up a load, and about 160 miles down the road, and then I gotta go up to Pennsylvania. So like 700-mile trip, not too bad. So what I wanted to go over is why I got back in trucking and who did I call before I came back to Warner, and more stories when I was home, of course. So the reason why I got back into trucking is because I was involved in a situation where I helped out a friend at the time. They were inside my apartment. They stole $200 from me. I kicked them out. They called the cops, and two of them showed up, and they claimed that I beat them, that I strangled them. They made up this whole story, and all I wanted was them to just, be out of my apartment. I'm not a violent guy. I'm not. You can ask a buddy, because when I told a buddy of mine, he said, "You're too lazy to lay a hand." I don't even believe it. And then I've had another buddy who was like, "Shut up before I call the cops on you." I don't know what kind of mess I got myself into, but anyway, so that's what happened, and they ended up charging me with strangulation and family violence because I known the person for so long. I was like, "You motherfuckers, y'all didn't believe me." I didn't I didn't even lay a hand on anyone. I'm not a violent guy, VPD is a joke. That's why I won't go to their parties. That's why, every time they have a little community gathering or whatever you want to call it, I won't be there. If you ask me, I know a bunch of these defund the police, defund them motherfuckers. So that's what happened, and I didn't have any money at the time. I think I had maybe $2,500 in my bank account. So what I did was, bond was set at $1,500. My family bonded me out for $200. I ended up paying my family back for that, and then I just took care of the bonds as I went, And then I went and I went and tried to find a lawyer. I retained one for $2,500. The official retaining amount was $3,000, and then $5,000 for the charge to be dropped. It was a whole process. So anyway, she picked up my case, and so she read the report, and she said, "You're not violent." She said there were so many blank spaces in this report that there's no way you could have possibly done this. What's your background? Where do you work? Any drug charges, theft charges, any previous family violence in the past 10 years? She literally went down the line. It was like, there's no way you could have done this. You have a really great chance of having your case dismissed. She said we like to take the fight to them before they even go to court or try to get you involved or anything. So you picked a really good lawyer, and so I'm gonna take care of this case. We're gonna get you on the right path. So I told her everything about what happened, and she walked in the DA's office and was like, "Hey, drop the charges. If not, I have evidence that my guy is a guy in society." Anyway, I can't think of the word. The case was dropped as soon as she had the case dropped. I got an email, I got a text. So therefore, I didn't do shit. VPD. It's funny, I really want y'all to post that on your Facebook. DJ had his case dismissed. There's something you don't see on Facebook these days. Like, you see all these guys getting charged, and you see like all the bad stuff, but nobody wants to put out there, "Hey, this guy beat his case." It's always the bad stuff you see on those pages, but never see anything good. So that's what happened, and that made my bills a little more out of my living needs. So I had to do something. So that's why I also quit the beer company. So there's like 4 or 5 different reasons to quit the beer company. Anyway, I got some more stories. So with beer, they didn't have help. They would give you help and then take it away. One day I had 275 cases going to Walmart. I had to throw that. Then I had to do the entire route, which was another 230 something cases, but I had 17 stops that day. Like, come on, it makes no sense to throw all those other cases and then go out there and do 17 stops by yourself. Like, there's no way. You only get paid for 10 hours a day. I was losing 2 hours a day just from the drive from Victoria to Bay City and back. It's 2 hours of 10, so now you got 8. You spend an hour throwing Walmart, there's 3. So now you're down to 7 hours. Stop after stop, waiting to check in, 5 minutes here. You lose another hour just waiting. So that's 4 hours. You gotta unload your trailer, and so there's another hour because you still gotta wait to process your paperwork. It's 5 hours. It adds up. Anyway, so when I was with the beer company, my coworker was still working for B&B Ice, and he was telling me about what all was going on. And he said they had hired a guy, and 3 weeks later he was fired. The president of B&B Ice would text him exactly what to do, and the guy still would say okay and fuck off all day. And then, now the guy was hired through a temp agency, and then he said, he told my coworker, "You really don't, like, I'm not very good at following directions unless you explain to me by detail on what to do." But seriously, So that happened, and then he would text the temp agency lady where he got hired from, like, hey, they left me here by myself. This is, bullshit, And the president came into the warehouse and was like, hey, what's going on? We gave you the directions and what you need to do on creating the ice bins, which was you fill up the container with ice and you throw packages of bottled water in there for the plant. So it was simple. And he was like, man, this is bullshit. There's no help. He said, look, this, like, you're talking mess about us. This isn't going to work out. We're right here. And to be clear, you are the help. That's why you were hired. He said, but I'm here all by myself. He said, it's not going to work out. Thank you for your time. And so he told the president, man, this is fucking bullshit. Okay, well, we're sorry, we're gonna have to let you go. So that's what happened with that guy. And he said that guy was crazy. I remember it was bullshit with that B&B Ice Company. They wanted us to go do a plant route, do retail route, drive 2 hours away to drop off some ice somewhere, and come back to the warehouse, pick up more ice to go out there and pick. Like, it was bullshit. Stuff like that did not make sense. You can't, like, in a big city, it's stop after stop after stop. But in Victoria, you gotta drive 30 minutes out of the way. At least 30 minutes you can deliver ice. Some of these places never open till 8 o'clock. They wanted us there at 6 o'clock. Who does that? Well, that's how Port Arthur does it, and that's what we expect to happen over here. It's a little different over here. And then they were complaining that there's no money. Like, that's all the attitude you got from the guy. From their perspective, there's no money in this market. I tell y'all, he got mad because I blocked his number while I was sick. I didn't want a doctor's opinion. He wasn't a doctor and I wasn't up for it. That's whenever COVID happened. So that happened. I remember one time he told me to go drop off ice at a Walmart, and I filled up my truck. Right, I filled up my truck. I went out, did my stops, went back to the warehouse, picked up ice for the Walmart and only the Walmart, and I delivered to the Walmart. And then as I'm driving away, he said, hey, go check on that Walmart gas station and see if you can deliver ice there. I don't have the ice. So you're not filling up your trucks? Like, you just told me to pick up ice for the Walmart. If you had told me to take some extra ice so you could do a stop on the way out, it makes no sense, That's the attitude I got. If y'all could have seen the truck that I was driving for them, they put me in a 6-pallet truck. No AC, no lift gate, no nothing. And they were still paying me for the same amount of money for the less work on a 10-pallet truck with a pallet jack and a lift gate. It makes a difference. I don't have to climb in and out, They wanted me to drag this 200-pound ramp way the fuck out, and it was so narrow. Like, I could have slip, fall, break a leg, whatever. And I did not trust that ramp. I said I would take my chances climbing in and out of a truck before I have to drag out a 200-pound ramp. So that's what I did, And with Ready Ice, we have this technician who go out there and work on the machines. If not, my manager at the time would go out there and work on machines as well. He knew a little bit more about it. He knew where to look for. I think there's like 4 components in there, if I'm not mistaken, 5. It was a mess. Anyway, so that's the difference. And with BNB Ice, they wanted me and my coworker to work on machines. We had a gathering outside the warehouse at 6 o'clock in the morning in the dark, no lights, and it was about 30 degrees. So they wanted us to work on ice machines as well. Now, I'm no genius, because me working on an ice machine, I didn't see that as like a long-term career. So yeah, that's what happened. And then I remember one time when I was with Ready Ice, I had gone to a Yorktown, it was Yorktown HB. So I get over there. No, it wasn't Yorktown, it was Yoakum. It was a Yoakum HB. So I get over there, I drop off the ice, and the guy starts hauling it to the floor. He says, "Hey, you're not gonna come help me?" I said, "No, I really can't do that." Yeah, he wanted me to wheel the ice through all the way up to the front. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not tossing your ice for you, and I can't do that." He threw a fit and decided to call corporate. And because, that was, it was all insurance policies, He wanted to throw a hissy fit because I didn't want to help him. They got rules, So that's what happened. And then fast forward to the beer company again. I got chewed out at Walmart. I got chewed out at Walmart in Cuero for not writing on the sign-in sheet. So this lady was like, "Do you sign in at the Victoria Walmart? Do you sign in at the Victoria Walmart? Do you sign in at the Victoria Walmart?" And she went on for about 3 more times after that. And by this time, I'm already up to here. I was like, "Look, I don't care. Just fucking take your beer." And I just wanted to catch an attitude back. But, I mean, it was fucking pointless. Anyway, that happened at the Walmart there. The Cuero Walmart I also got chewed. No, the Cuero HB, I also got chewed out. The Cuero HB I also got chewed out. And this was because I went and looked for a dolly, and they didn't have any in the back. Well, I went out to the floor and I found a dolly. It had a box on it. And I seen it had a box, but I didn't see anybody around. I didn't see, so I just took the box, placed it on the floor, took the dolly, went down, stacked beer to it, and so my coworker could easily scan it. Well, when we get done, I said, "Do you want me to throw all this on top and take it out to where I got it from?" He said, "No, just leave it." So I was like, "All right, cool, whatever." And so I'm walking. I'm already out the door. I'm damn near into the cab of the truck, and the lady comes running out. She says, hey, you don't do that." I said, "What are you talking about? You don't go around here using our equipment and you wanted us to downstack the beer, and I did it, but whatever. It is what it is. It's like sometimes you damn if you do or damn if you don't. Can't ever be right. And then when you do get mad, I mean, when they do get mad, it's because you did something they told you to do, in a way. But whatever. So yeah, my bills are a little out of whack. When I first came to Warner, I was working on my teeth. So I got up to this point, right, all the way over here, and I put up $8,000. I'm working on this part right here, and that's gonna cost another six to eight, depending on, you know, whatever. But I don't have a bad smile. That's why it looks decent and up to date and all that. I don't have a drug problem. It's just when I was raised with my grandparents, I was eating candy and stuff like that. So that's what happened. But yeah, now I'm doing this trucking stuff again. It's working out a little differently, you know. I didn't apply myself the first time when I was with Warner. I will say that. I was always eating out. $10 for a meal here, $10 for a meal there. It was like $20 a day, 7 days a week. It's $140. You know, it was ridiculous. I didn't apply myself, and I should have listened. But unfortunately, I got a little smart, and now I shop. So improving slowly. I will talk about the day or the time period that broke me, right? But that's going to be in my next video. So stay tuned. Thanks for listening. Subscribe if you want to hear more stories and be on my trucking journey. So thanks.